Welcome in then to the latest edition of Extra Time. Craig with me in the studio. Shaka says, Frank, we're a little concerned about your lack of voice. What's going on?
Thank you very much first, but I was on stage, Friday, Saturday and Sunday, and I guess I lost a little bit my voice, and I'm a little bit tired as well, so I guess it doesn't help, but it's going to be okay. Next time I'm going to be on Extra Time, on ESPN FC, I'm going to be good. Don't worry. I'm okay.
Oh, wow. So is he forfeiting his pay for today? Is that what we're hearing?
Yeah. Do what I used to do, Frank. Pull the wire out.
That's it. For Craig, how do you think Zidane would fare as a United manager, given that he has zero experience both playing and managing within the Premier League?
I don't really think that's a huge problem, to be honest with you. Good managers are just good managers, and they travel.
Yeah.
Well, one thing's for sure, he's a much better CV than the current manager that's in there, for sure. Yeah. I'm not suggesting he's the greatest manager out there, but he certainly has a much better CV. Frank knows him, I think English is a problem.
Yes.
The language might be a problem, so he'd have to get over that barrier or learn fast. But my experience for some of these guys that come in from abroad, when I was at Chelsea, they learn very fast.
What would you choose, the French national team or Manchester United, if that choice was that simple?
Oh, the French national team.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Why?
Chance to manage your country with all these... And it's, even though France went out of the Euros in the manner in which they did, it's still a very good crop of players.
Frank, what do you think he would choose, given the option?
Definitely the French national team. Because I'm not sure that he wants to go to England, he wants to move from Madrid, and he can still be the national team coach and live in Spain. So, and I think it would be the case the day he will decide to go for the national team.
Madrid, rain-soaked Manchester. Madrid, rain-soaked Manchester. Fish and chips, tapas.
I lived in both.
Yeah, but you don't count.
What do you mean? I can't.
You're just I'm trying to find the right word here.
Is Liverpool...
It comes after culture.
Is Liverpool... Culture vulture, that's where I am. Shaka, is Liverpool against Manchester City the biggest fixture in the world right now?
Yes, I guess so. Well, I mean, I'm thinking... Barcelona, Real Madrid, given Marseille's struggles, doesn't ring as highly. Dortmund, Bayern, similarly. I think right now, yes, those are two of the best footballing teams in European and world football, and as a result, the biggest fixture.
They're the best teams, not the best teams. They're two of the best teams, but there is no doubt the Clásico.
Yes.
Now I know there's no Ronaldo, and I know there's no Messi, and this is not some corporate spiel. But it is.
October 24th, ESPN Plus.
Yeah. Check the ink in that contract, will you? I still believe, because I played in the Old Firm, which is huge, but it's not... I just think Clásico, even without those pair that I mentioned, still travels globally.
Right, still has that appeal.
Two juggernauts. But the quality of the teams at the moment isn't where you want to be.
Yeah. But I suppose take history away and just if you could have one team against another, Frank, which would you pit together to watch just as a football fan?
Well, the Liverpool-Manchester City this season is absolutely perfect because they are two fantastic teams. I want to add Chelsea, the Chelsea-Manchester City. Even if Chelsea had a non-game, it was a very interesting game. But I want to go to maybe Marseille-Paris Saint-Germain for maybe the first time for like 10 years at least, where it could be very interesting to see the trio playing in Marseille, where the atmosphere is going to be crazy. Marseille plays quite well. They're not the contender because I guess Paris Saint-Germain is going to easily win the Ligue 1. But it can be a good fight at the Stade Vélodrome with the 65,000 crazy people. That is going to be, it has to be followed.
Why would Manchester City sign Grealish for such a large fee if all they want him to do is dribble at defenders in slow motion and pace it backwards to a teammate, Shaka?
Listen, right now, there's no question Grealish isn't living up to his price tag, but I still think he brings certain qualities on that left side. Raheem Sterling seems to be a little bit out of favour, and his contract is winding down in the next couple of seasons. And it'll take time. It took time for Riyad Mahrez to figure out exactly what was needed of him, and I think Grealish is the same. I never really bought into the assumption that Grealish would come straight in, despite the price tag, be an automatic starter and a game changer for City. That'll take some time.
For Craig, with the way City have adapted tactically to not having a central striker, do you think actually buying Kane would, as a result, weaken their current midfield strength?
What has Kane got to do with the midfield strength?
Right.
I would say. I mean, they play with three in the middle and kind of three up front with a false number 9. It was Grealish at the weekend, which was strange, and Foden on the left. But
what about the actual style of play? How much would that change things if you had an out-and-out striker like Harry Kane?
No, it wouldn't change it a lot, because let's not forget the success they had 2 years ago, or whatever it was, when Aguero was fit. Mm-hmm. And Aguero's not somebody you would consider a passer. Like, you know, he's a guy that he was never the greatest link-up player, never the greatest at holding the ball up. But his attributes were in and around the penalty area. But they still managed to integrate him within this wonderful attacking team, so it can be done. Plus, you get the goals.
Yep.
It just takes the pressure off the midfielders and the attacking wide players, or whatever you want to call them. So I don't quite understand how it would weaken their midfield. I don't think it would.
Frank, why do French players let loose every international break and talk so freely about transfer rumours? I don't feel it's just the French. I feel like everybody in international breaks go home and just kind of spill the beans on everything.
That's the thing, and it happened to me as well, you know, and you go back to France and you think that nobody's going to listen to what you're going to say in England, for example, and I made some mistakes about that. So I guess, yeah, that's what it is. You feel confident because you can go back and talk in your native, with your native language, and you maybe go a little bit deeper in your explanation that you should do, and maybe explain too much. That's, I think, what happens to many French international players who go back just go back to France.
Robbie Musto tells the story of, was it Ravanelli that he played for with Middlesbrough? Just ahead of the FA Cup final, he went back for international break, slagged the whole of the team off, saying Middlesbrough are terrible, they're horrible, then came back, just thinking that somehow the news wouldn't travel across the ocean to England.
But he was right.
Yeah, so then what?
And he
Di Matteo scored after 14 seconds.
And he told me that because when we were at Derby together, he told me it was like they were training on, like, I won't tell you what to call it, but it was like a public park where people walk. He says, Craig, it's incredible. People walking the dogs and all that. And said, this is perfect. And don't forget, he came from like Juventus.
Yes.
And with that Lippi team, with that magnificent professionalism in the gym 3 hours before. And they were playing, he says, the first thing Big Gordon McQueen did, Big Gordon, bless him, he picked Ravanelli up from the hotel, took him to the local pub just outside Middlesbrough and introduced him to pints of beer and darts. He'd never thrown a dart in his life. He's like, and he was like, this is incredible.
Old school stuff. Shaka, you played with enough internationals. Did anyone go away, slag off the team, and then come back?
No, we knew better. We knew better than that. Listen, I understand exactly what Frank is saying. You go back home, there are a couple of trusted journalists, and you say some things that maybe you shouldn't, and next thing you know, it ends up in the press. But I guess we're talking about Kylian Mbappe here, Sydney this week. He doesn't get the excuse that, well, you go back home and speak in your native language and say too much. He doesn't get that. It's just kind of silly on his part, I find.
What was Asprilla like when he came back, Shaq? He must have spilled the beans everywhere when he went and played in South America.
Oh, God. Listen, the thing is, everybody knew Asprilla was a little bit nuts. So you just kind of took it at, well, yeah, that's Tino, and just moved on. I mean, he was a law unto himself regardless.
Question for all three. At what age did you realise you truly had the talent and potential to reach the professional level?
24. You're serious.
Yeah, that's a good
Well, do
question,
you know what?
though. Was there a light bulb moment you thought, wow?
I'll tell you what, I'll be honest with you. The boys might all be different, but it's a building process. I don't think you ever get there until you get there.
Right.
Does that make sense? Because, say for example, my scenario was I left home in Scotland when I was 16, went to London. At that point, I was doubting myself.
Sure.
So till you get through the 2-year apprenticeship, you doubt whether you're going to be get offered a professional contract. Then you get offered the professional contract. Then you doubt whether you're going to be able to make it to the first team. Because until you actually do it, because as a young kid for me, and I was looking at all these other players like Kerry Dixon and Mickey Hazard and Graham Roberts and all these guys at Chelsea at the time, and I thought, can I be that guy?
Right.
And I doubted myself, and so I'm only talking about my scenario. Until I'd actually started playing in the first team regular, only and only then did I realise that I could do it. But for long times I doubted myself when I was between the ages of 16 and sort of 20. Big time.
Preceding that, though, before you made that move to Chelsea, were you just head and shoulders above everybody else you were playing with at that level in Scotland?
There's a lot of
was it like,
well, I played for the Scottish schoolboys and stuff, so I made it through a lot of these. But there was a lot of good guys. But yeah, I think I always knew that I could go to different clubs. I never doubted I was going to get an apprenticeship.
Okay, it was just
never, because I had plenty of offers. But I always doubted whether I could get to the level of playing with Frank and that at the guys, because when you're 16 and 17, some guys might say, yeah. I saw loads of guys, actually, kids that were super cocky and confident and really good.
Right.
And never played, never made it. Maybe they were too cocky.
I see.
Or maybe they just didn't.
Frank, we know you have a problem with humility, so you can't have had a problem like that.
Yes, I had, because, I joined the Academy of Toulon. I was 16 and a half, and 2 years later, they sacked me, saying that I wasn't good enough. Maybe it was the case. I was playing at the midfield. As a midfield, I was competing with David Ginola, the same position. And he was already, for me, a grown-up, where I was still a kid. I didn't get, I think, the specificity of being a football player. And I was sacked, and it took me 2 other years to join and go back to the Ligue 1. And as soon as I started, and I, at that time, went down to the defense and started to play as a sweeper, I immediately felt that I was ready to step up and to be good enough to embrace that career. So I never had any doubts after my maybe second or third game, where I felt that I could improve, of course, but I would be okay to have a decent career.
Just before Shaka tells us how it was when he failed to be a striker that he turned into a
moved his goalkeeper.
Just to give you an example, a lot of the guys in the youth team with me all went on to have successful careers in the Premier League. Graham Stewart at Everton, Eddie Newton, Frank Sinclair, Nathan Blake at Blackburn in Wales, Jason Cundy at Tottenham, David Lee, the list goes on. But a lot of those guys, some of them were older, but some of those guys, Damien Matthew and 1 or 2 other guys, all made the first team debuts before me.
Okay.
And I was like, oh, do you know what I mean?
Right.
But Damien, for example, who is coaching the kids now, I believe at Chelsea, after about 2021, whatever it was, went and played lower league football. He never quite went again.
Yeah.
But they all made their debut before me. So that puts that seed of doubt in your mind. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, so that period from when you're 16 that period when you're 16 to 18.
Yep.
That must be so intense. Because you're all battling, yeah? You're kind of
and on top of that,
battling for like
shall I get the handkerchiefs out?
No, I'm just intrigued
I get the tissues?
Because we always think, right, playing football for a living, that has got to be the greatest dream. We all want to do that. Yep. Yet during that period, you're basically playing for your life almost every day.
And you're living. So, I mean, it's different now. Life's just different. But you've no cell phones, you've nothing like that.
Sure.
There's not a lot of money flying around. 87 when I went to Chelsea. You're away from home and you're still doing all these things.
Yeah.
You're put in with a family, who I was, an hour and a half from the training ground, an hour from Stamford Bridge, and you can't drive. And plus, you go in the morning, you do all the jobs for the pros, then you train, then you come back in, you do all your jobs again, clean the boots, clean the bathrooms, then you go back to Stamford Bridge as it was at the time, you get all the kit ready for the next day's training, and only then can you go home. And then on top of that, you've got to learn to be a professional.
Sure.
So it's a toughening up. They don't do that anymore. The youngsters are treated differently. They're not allowed to do all these jobs anymore. It's seen as against their working whatever. But back in the day, even for my era and the Beckham era and the Neville era and the Ray Parlour and all these guys, they all had to do this at their respective clubs. And I believe it gives you an inner strength to not just be handed a silver spoon and say, there's your nice apartment, there's your nice car, see you in the morning at training, and all you have to do is work on your technique. There was so many other facets to our job that was so much fun looking back now, but at the time it was hard. And I saw a lot of guys be let go with tears. Boys, there was a lot when I was at Chelsea in the apprenticeship, there was a lot of guys from London, there was a lot of guys from Ireland, Wales and Scotland. There was nobody from Spain and Italy and all that, and that happens now. There was a lot of guys from those countries that I mentioned, and they were given their butt to try and be this professional, and almost 90% of them were told, and they were good players,
right,
to get to that level, and they were told no. And most of them went back with their tails between their legs to their own country, and that hammer blow saw most of them never play above sort of local level again. It's tough.
Yeah.
It's tough to be told,
because you
spent 2 years away from home and you fought and you battled.
You're going to make it.
When you walk into the coach's room, you're like that. No, I'm sorry, we're letting you go. It's 2 years down the drain. It's not easy, but listen, what is at the other end if you do make it?
Yeah.
And
then you retire and get to work with me. What a lovely thing.
And then you move to America and the end.
Shaka, you took obviously a slightly different route because you went to college first before then going into professional football.
He never went to college.
He did. He went to Howard.
Listen, if brains were dynamite, he couldn't blow the top of his head off.
He's on NASA boy, isn't he, Shaq?
NASA?
I'm not sure how to answer that, but yes, Dan, I did go to college. I graduated engineering, and I had options and was considering going back to do my master's in engineering. And one of my mentors said, give football a shot. If it doesn't work out, that's fine. You come back to engineering. You can always do that, but just give it one go. When I first moved over to England, I was on trial. I was on trial at Reading. I was actually sitting in at classes, engineering classes at Reading University. I was looking in job centres for how much engineers got paid because I wasn't sure. And until it was Kevin Dillon, I was on trial for a couple of months. Kevin Dillon, one of the senior players, said to me, don't worry, Mark likes you. I think they'll make you an offer. That I thought I was even going to get a contract. That contract came, I signed for 2 years. At the end of the first year, I hated it. I hated everything about it. And I wanted to quit. I went back to Trinidad, spoke to my dad about it, and he's like, listen, you signed a 2-year deal, give it a go. If this last year doesn't work out, well then you quit. But you don't walk out on a signed agreement. And that season I went back, I played every game, we got promoted, and that was the first time, 2 years into being a professional, that I felt I could make it, and I felt I could enjoy being a professional footballer.
What did you hate?
Hold on, Shaq, hold on.
Dan. I've got to ask a nice question.
1 second, Shaq. I've got our boss is in our ear. Hold on, it's breaking up. He's mentioning something about job centres. Tell him to go back to the job centre.
They don't exist anymore, do they, job centres?
You know why?
Shut up.
Do you know why?
You told your story. I want to hear Shaq's story.
Do you know why he never did the engineering?
Why not?
Not enough holidays.
I know. Yes, that's true. Shaka, what was it about that first year that you didn't like?
It was just tough, as Craig says. So you leave your family, you leave your loved ones. You don't have regular contact because we don't have phones and mobile phones and everything of the sort. and you're just away from everything. And in the middle of Berkshire, I don't know anybody around. Nobody's telling me whether I'm, It's just a really tough adjustment. And as a young man on my own, I really struggled to settle down. I really struggled to settle.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, homesick for 6 months, holy smokes, bad. And then after that, I was fine, but I was desperate for 6 months.
Right.
Remember those red telephone boxes?
Yeah, of course. Yes, of course I remember the red telephone.
Well, nobody has them now. Nobody even knows landlines now. The red telephone kiosks in London.
They're a bit bigger than that.
Yeah. Well, the back, I was a little thinner there. But that size. I used to go there like on a Friday night or whatever it was, and I'd have all these coins, and I used to get a phone to my girlfriend at the time, and be slotting these coins in, talking to her, and I looked around once, and there was, I swear to God, there was about 8 people all queued up waiting.
Right.
Like, because nobody had, and
Yes,
I'm on the phone to her.
Right.
And then she used to, she used to write, this is how we used to communicate, letters.
Oh, is this your wife now?
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, hold on, 7:10? Not sure. Things change quickly in this business. She used to write to me saying, I'm breaking up with you. And then I write back to her, and she